back to Sofa After 40. Today I have Sara, my good friend Sara Abel Smith. Sara is a nutritionist.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So I've been studying for 6 years, ridiculous.
6 years.
Got through
you may
it.
as well be a full-on frigging
I know.
PhD doctorate of, I guess that's what it is like,
Well,
is it?
but it's a science degree.
Yeah.
So I did that thinking I was just, basically I just wanted to do a bit of nutrition for myself.
Yes.
And I thought, okay, this would be good. Thinking green smoothies, salads. Suddenly,
Bit of kale, you know.
Bit of kale, and I thought this would be really good. And then they threw chemistry at me, biochemistry at me, and I'm working with kids like straight out of school going, oh, this is so easy, and I'm going...
Because school was a little bit, a few years ago now.
30 years-ish. You're with me.
yeah. No, Sara and I are pretty much the same age. I think they're six months apart.
Yeah.
I'm older.
Yeah,
okay.
So we're hitting that 50 mark.
We are.
Which is good.
Yeah, and look,
we're accomplishing.
We are. So you always, to me, have been a very healthy person.
Oh, yes.
And is that what kind of drew you into nutrition?
Well, it was interesting because I was thinking I was healthy. And suddenly, after studying and then getting more into this whole degree and everything, I was a vegetarian for 10 years. And I remember husband Will, you know very well.
Really?
And he said to me, you are like one of the healthiest girls I know. Why are you always sick? And I'm thinking, okay, why am I always sick? I'm always getting colds, sore throats, thinking it's normal. And
you have always had that sexy husky voice.
Yeah, well, it's... No, I just think, well, that's just... I don't know.
you.
Who knows? But I always got sore throats. We partied a lot, Suze. So I'm trying to... It's catching up on us now when we're 50. And I think I just really wish I looked back and went, maybe I shouldn't have done that or partied, you know. But look, we can't regret anything we've done. We had a ball.
That's right, we did. We've just got to kind of go now, okay, this is where we are. What can we do now? Make us as healthy as we possibly can be for as long a time possible.
So that's the thing. So from not being healthy, wondering why I got sick all the time, thinking I was eating the right foods, being vegetarian, all this, completely wrong for my body.
Right.
And started on the meat, changed my life. So I really started to get a lot better then. But then as time went on, I got sicker again. Probably 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
Going, what's happening? Hang on.
That's autoimmune, isn't it?
It's an autoimmune disease. Why is my immune system having a crack? So we look back and we go, stress, moving house, renovating houses, you know, but all this builds up. But there's signs that I probably would have seen, I should have seen back then, but I didn't know. Skin conditions, all these little things. So if we start looking at our health, what is normal? What's normal? And that's what's interesting.
And often we just think, oh, we're getting a bit older, our skin's changing, and we kind of put it down to that. But obviously, you know, your skin doesn't have to suddenly just shrivel up and dehydrate or be turn into welts. I don't know what. Not that yours was. But so you can still have that kind of plump, dewy skin even as you're older if you are healthy.
That's exactly right.
And that's just
from
surface,
the inside.
That's just surface value. So of course, would you say that the skin would reflect what is kind of going on inside?
Well, it's not sort of necessarily what the plumpy juiciness of the skin. It's conditions of an eczema or flakiness or dermatitis or rashes. So all of this started to happen on me, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And it's itchy. You know, that's just not normal. So when I ask clients, you know, what does good health mean to you? What does good health? What do you think it means? Like
springing out of bed and feeling good. And getting through the day without feeling too tired.
That's right. So this is the big thing. And we shouldn't, it's just not normal to lie around in the afternoon and have that exhaustion. And so you look back at adrenal fatigue, and that's our adrenal glands that pumps out all those hormones. And when all our hormones, especially now, are getting out of whack,
yes,
we're seeing lots of anxiety, irritability, mood swings, depression. Suddenly everyone's on medication and all of this sort of things. And it's not normal.
But we're putting that down to perimenopause. So we're thinking, well, we're heading towards menopause, or some of us have been through it or going through it. But that can be managed...
A lot by diet. Okay. And a lot by... I also do a... VLA, measure body composition. So it's...
How does that work?
It's called Vitality, Longevity and Healthy Aging. So for me, it measures, it's just little electrodes go on you, and it's like a bioimpedance. So the impedance is like a fat in your body. We don't want extra fat at our age. Yep. So we want lean muscle mass, and the muscles carry lots of water, so that gives us fluid in our body. And when we've got a good muscle composition, the muscle has the mitochondria cells, which gives us energy.
Remember those words from biology?
Yeah, remember them?
Years ago?
I've pulled those out. So all of that is the energy for our bodies to work. And that's what we need to stop the fatigue and all of this. But we need the right diet, and we need the right nutrition to support all of that, as well as exercise, obviously. But how much? Everyone wants to know how much, what's right, what's wrong.
And what type.
What's going to work for our body. And
because if we're building the lean muscle, is that about doing the weight-bearing exercise?
Yes. Pilates, yoga, all of that. None of this go and bash yourself running marathons. Not now.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
Joints, tearing muscles, that kind of thing.
Well, it's just also builds up stress hormones in the body. So once... We don't want that. Okay. We want to be a bit calmer, but we want real weight-bearing muscles, and Pilates and yoga is just amazing, and walking the dog. Yeah. It's all you need.
Well, I mean, yoga, so many people think yoga is just about relaxation, but it can be quite strength-building, can't it?
Really.
So both you and I do yoga.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, it's really...
I find it really strengthens every part of my body.
And defines your muscles, and that's a really important...
And keeps your spine supple and that kind of thing as well.
But also relaxation, it's spiritual. We all need, it's kind of like a big broad, you need friends, and you need all these other things, hobbies, everything that brings the whole healthy ageing into perspective. So,
gosh, there's so many topics we could go.
We could. We'll have to go
we have to do a series.
What are we on next? Yeah, there's a lot of different areas to be that aging well.
Well-being.
Yes.
It is that word that you kind of come back to, that well-being, that wholeness.
But we get out of balance, and that's the problem. So if we're starting to eat a bit more sugar or some processed foods, and I mean, I should have worn my sugar sucks jumper.
Okay, you got one?
I've got one. Because sugar's just the absolute evilness, and that's causing all of these problems. So what happened back in the 50s, there was a study done. Ansel Keys did this study, and this was explaining, it's like a 7-country study, explaining about how fat was the culprit and the bad boy.
Scared of fat.
Everyone's scared of fat. And this is causing now more problems and more diseases and more conditions that it just could have been preventable, but the government took it on. So suddenly the old food pyramid is literally turned upside down. We almost now need lots more fat.
Yes.
And this is all for dementia,
good
Alzheimer's.
Fat, or is there no bad fat?
All
There's
good
bad
fat. We need
trans fat, bad, that
trans
kind of
fats.
Unnatural fats. But so fat from meats.
Fat from meats, coconut oils, olive oils, nuts, seeds.
Yes.
Eggs, all of these. Eggs is not everyone's going,
we used to be scared of eggs back in the 80s, weren't we?
Yeah. And it's really changed. Everything's changed so much, and it's just so important. And I can't believe the difference in my skin and body, and of course fish oil is just so anti-inflammatory. So for my condition, it's really important. And skin and everything has changed since I've been on a really good dose of fish oil. But
and you're glowing. I'm just looking, your eyes are glowing, your skin is glowing. would you put that down to the change of diet and the...
Oh, look, with my immune condition, if I ate crap, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed. I'd be in,
So if you were eating takeaway and just processed food...
I'd be sick.
Yeah.
Really sick.
So
and
what your day on a plate would be activated almonds?
I do like activated nuts. Good old Pete Evans, we love him. Bit of bone broth.
But it is bone broth.
Bone broth is really important. So your everything is based in your gut, and your immune system. There's 70% of your immune system's your gut. It makes serotonin, which is your happy hormone. If your gut,
from your gut,
it's all in your gut. So that's the main thing I start with is gut. Gut health. It just changes everybody's
Does that mean taking
feeling.
all the acidophilus tablets?
Well, I'm a big probiotic fan, but if there's conditions that... we've got to sort of start what the main conditions... So people that would come to see me, maybe more our age, with kids...
So a lot of your clients would be around this, say, 40 to 60 age
I'd
group,
say.
something like
I'd
that.
say.
Mainly female?
No, I've had some. Yeah, no, I've had some fellas.
We'll talk about them another time.
Yeah, another time. Just the
back to
girls,
chicks,
just us.
Yeah.
Everyone's stressed. I get stress, adrenals, fatigue, skin problems, and they're my main conditions. So you've got to...
Can't get out of bed, feel foggy, walk into the room, forget what I'm doing in that room.
And we think, we're old.
Yes.
But we're
not old.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not.
And so we should be feeling amazing. And there's all the different body systems that should be working fantastically. You should be going to the loo regularly. We should be... All of this is really important.
Like every day?
Twice a day.
Twice a day.
Twice a day. Off to the loo. It should be working, because if it's not, you've got toxins in your body that can't get out. We should be drinking lots of water. So you should be having generally your 2 pieces of fruit. You need the fibre. 6 cups of vegetables. It always I'm going, that's a lot. But if you think about it, I do the smoothies in the morning with the kale and all of that. Chuck all that in. There's your veggies with your cucumbers and stuff. So that's breakfast.
Not cereal, not like
Never.
Frosties with... No.
Fruit Loops, And I just whip in to have a couple of Fruit Loops, a couple of mornings. Bit of a treat.
Not that, covered in milk. Do you do dairy?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But I'm not adverse to dairy. I do a bit of yogurt, and that's about it. But because of gluten is a bit of a killer with me, I'd never say don't have gluten, but it does make you feel better.
Yeah. And obviously this is based, each person is different. This is just what's right for you with your particular condition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but... Then again, I will always tell someone to go on an alkalizing diet, which is very much your fresh fruit, vegetables. We all know that.
Yeah,
but so many people don't do it. Water, lots of water.
I have them sitting there, I have them sitting in that bowl. They sit there happily looking pretty.
And you just leave it there.
The kids eat them.
Well, don't you eat them?
Yes. I will.
Okay. I'll give you a consult. We'll work out what you're eating and what you don't. You give me a diet plan.
I've lost my appetite. I don't know about anyone out there. I just forget to eat. And my husband will say, "Did you eat today?" Because I'm like, "Oh God, I'm so tired." He goes, "Did you eat today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, breakfast." For goodness sake. I don't eat.
That's terrible.
And then I'm starving at dinner time and I hoe down all this pasta or whatever.
But you must feel exhausted in the afternoon.
We're running around, we're working, we're older children, we're getting them to sport or whatever it is. If you have kids, life is busy.
Yeah, it is. So
and
in that
sometimes
respect...
food yourself is the first thing to go.
Oh, well, that's
because,
right.
I remember before kids, I was, health wagon
I know,
kind of
you
thing.
were.
Yeah,
Suze. Right, I've got to get you sorted.
But then you become the least of the priority list.
You do.
And you just, at the end of the day, I'm just going to drink this bottle of wine. That's not right.
Well, I do like a couple of glasses of wine. I'm not going to, deny that. But I'm thinking this is the problem with us, and we need to now give ourselves attention. We've done our, kids.
We've done our mothering.
We've done I mean, that's the other thing. Kids start to leave home, and you start to feel like you're not needed. We've spent all these years of bringing up little babies, and then they get a bit older.
That's our identity, where they're, the mum and where the,
I know, and then they leave us. They don't want us.
I know, they're travelling overseas and frolicking around.
So I'm kind of thinking, right, it's time to look after ourselves. We should have a massage once every fortnight and just, things that we never would have done.
No.
It's so important because our health is all we've got.
Yes.
If we don't have that, we can't be good to anyone.
That's
so the whole family falls apart if we don't get out of bed.
That pressure that I think our generation has really had on us. I think the generations before, I'm sure, yes, of course they were under pressure, but we had that pressure to be the amazing CEOs of companies, as well as running families, as well as having the kids, as well, just kind of everything.
Everything.
And then we just had to be gorgeous and, wonderful and fabulous as well.
Yeah.
We could do that bit well.
And I think what happens is we're exhausted. we're exhausted.
It's like at the end of the day, you see us
tracking up. Glass of wine, bag.
Too much is facade.
So that's the thing. So it's time for us. It's time for us.
Yeah.
We can still be great mums, but just bring it back a notch.
Yeah.
We don't have to do everything anymore for them all. Now that they're a bit older, it is a lot easier when they're older.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But then you've got your other situations. We worry about the teenagers and they're going out.
You've got your parents who are getting older, so that, if your parents are still around, you've got those concerns as well of looking after them, making sure they're okay.
Well, that's right.
And there's always things happening with families and that kind of thing never stops. So
I've got mum and dad on healthy food, healthy ageing, and they're fantastic. But it is important. They're very healthy with their exercise. And not just that, it's supplements. You just cannot get enough out of your food in the day. So I always tell everyone, aim for 16 to 17 different foods a day. When you start thinking about it.
Who's doing this shopping?
Yeah, but you just think about So say my smoothie in the morning has kale, cacao, nuts. There's about 6-7 different foods in breakfast down the hatch. Yeah. Then your protein ball, I always have like a protein. That's what you need when you're running around. You're flat out. You need to keep your metabolism happening or you're going to put on weight. Okay. It's just going to turn to fat because you are storing it because you're not putting any food and you just got to keep your metabolism running. So then you have like a protein ball, or protein should be in each meal. So that's good for your muscles. Do you make those yourself or you can buy them, make them,
I've seen them
that's what you need. Cup of tea, protein ball, that's your morning fix. Then say you have a salad for lunch, but just throw everything in. Yeah. Throw everything in.
So you can quite quickly get up to the 17, really, can't you? If you're thinking about tomato, lettuce, cucumber.
Yeah, then a piece of meat or a chicken or a bit of tuna. So there's your protein. So there's your salad. Throw some pumpkin seeds in and, that kind of thing. Just keep throwing bunches in. So that's that, and your healthy fats. So always do your healthy fats, your salads and your protein. So there's lunch. Okay. And then afternoon, you might want another little snack. You've just got to, that's when people grab the sugar. You're having your lull in the afternoon. Everyone wants to go to sleep.
And
that's the thing. Like that. Yes, exactly. So
chocolate bar.
Chocolate. And that's what, we just got to get off that. Yeah. And do your protein because that fills you up and stops that rise in the high GI foods where your insulin level just pumps out. And then, you want the slow releasing food. And that's
so many things.
There's so many things. Exactly. So then that happens, and then you have your beautiful steak and your a lot of vegetables for dinner, and you're satisfied. You're eating a lot. You think about it. If you say I haven't eaten since breakfast, you haven't had anything all day.
No, and then I've also probably forgotten to drink water as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's all just sitting there and accumulating as toxins in your body. And just not flushing it out. Yeah. You probably haven't had a wee, haven't gone to the loo. No, so it's just all sitting in there. You need a good detox, Dals.
Can I go to an island and do that?
Maybe. With a Mai Tai as well. A bit of a Mai Tai and a detox.
Oh, caffeine headache.
Yeah, just have your...
She's letting me have real tea.
Yeah, real tea. It's a rare occurrence. So there's all these things we've got to consider to age well and to feel good and have good skin.
Because ultimately, all of those other things, that is the most important thing.
Yes.
To feel, I mean, imagine just waking up in the morning, bouncing out of bed and feeling good.
Do you feel good when you get up? You sort of drag yourself out of bed.
I do.
And the other thing is sleep.
I kind of want to put the doona back over my head sometimes.
So you're exhausted. And we've got to sleep.
Even though I sleep, I do
you
sleep.
sleep?
Yeah, I sleep and I go to bed early. My husband's always going, oh, you go to bed.
Do you?
Yeah.
9 o'clock?
I go to bed early.
Do you?
And I sleep, but I'm still tired in the morning.
So what's going on there? So this is food, energy, get your metabolism cranked, and all of this. You just don't want it. We shouldn't be tired. We should be feeling good in the day. We shouldn't have headaches. We shouldn't be popping headache tablets and all this.
I pop headache tablets, and then if something's on that evening, I'm just like, oh, I really can't be bothered doing it because I
don't have any
bed.
energy.
No.
Well, if you're not eating, you're getting no energy. Food is energy. And we have this amazing pharmacy inside our body that just is your natural medicine. Your body should work its way through, unless there's a chronic disease, but we don't want to get people to that level. We don't want to get people to that chronic disease. And this is where the weight issues, the obesity epidemic, diabetes, all these chronic diseases are huge. Like it's seriously a major problem in the health world. So anyway.
We want to stop that from happening. And if it has happened, but if it has happened, for example, with your autoimmune disease, you can then take steps to kind of pull back and bring it back again.
And feel better. I mean, you can make the most of what this issue is. And I'm fascinated with why it's happened. I mean, I'm the best guinea pig. I take supplements. If I don't have my supplements and my B group vitamins, magnesium is huge. Everyone's so depleted in magnesium, zinc, all these minerals. So we need like 90 nutrients a day. We need all these minerals, all these vitamins, essential fatty acids, all your amino acids. And if we're not getting that, we can't do that with all our diet these days. And you think about where our food's grown and the soils are depleted, the pesticides, toxins from the environment, pesticides on all the fruit and veg. There's another topic for us. Organic versus non-organic. So, we can do our best.
We can. And even if you take some of those steps, I mean, anything's better than nothing.
Exactly. And that's what I always say.
Freak out. You don't have to do everything at once, but you can learn and then gradually change.
So if someone says, I've smoked 20 cigarettes a day, I'll go, well, try and make it 15. Let's
small steps.
just
And then that's
little steps.
Okay, well, maybe I could do that. Rather than saying, okay, well, you can't smoke.
Can't have tea or coffee against Suze. You'll be like, I go, well, just maybe
I feel a headache coming on just thinking about it.
How many do you have? What do you have?
Tea, I do drink tea all day, pretty much all day. Not
How
water,
many
just
cups?
tea. 10, I don't know.
Do you?
Yeah.
10 cups. So
it doesn't stop me sleeping, I don't know.
No, so, have 7.
Okay.
See how you go.
7. Okay,
7 cups.
Okay.
Let's
gradually
reduce. And then have a herbal in between.
Yeah.
So, that's how you just, little things like that.
Yeah.
And drink a litre of water.
Yes.
I mean, you should be having 2 litres a day.
It's
a lot.
2 litres.
But if you go and do a yoga class go and do your class, do you drink water? Not really. Suze, you got right. I'm going to give you a full overhaul.
So,
drinking my tea, my green tea.
With what was it called again? The VLA?
Vitality, longevity,
Would
healthy
that
ageing.
then give you the information about what somebody needs as far as supplements, or what does that then do?
It gives me a really good idea of your body composition to how your muscle mass is, how much fat mass, whether you have extra or whatever, and I measure and weigh and height, and it's all that, and also tells us about how healthy your cells are aging. So I can see intracellular, extracellular water. So if you have a lot of extracellular water floating around as fluid outside your cells, there could be inflammation, hormone problems, edema. You could have all these things going on in your body. So when I see extracellular water is high, I go, okay, what's happening? And I have to then go through the full body analysis and chat about all their different systems to work out where the problem is. Then they could have, we have a prediction marker on how well you're aging, whether you are on the
Do you give
highway.
them an age? Say they're 49, you can say, well, you're aging at 36
No, they used
or
to.
you're
They used
72
to.
or something.
But it's kind of like, no, it's not that accurate.
You're doing well, you're not doing so well.
They used to. Well, this was the new one that I've got doesn't say that, but the old one used to. Everyone used to love their biological and the chronological age, but this one now they use it on the astronauts for NASA with all the. They need to know exactly how their body composition is sitting.
Yeah.
So. It's a good tool for me to start off, and then I can go through and go, right, this is maybe where we need to focus on. It also shows your hydration levels, whether you're dehydrated. Be good, I'll have to do it for you.
Okay, don't worry about that. And as well as just talking to them and give their symptoms, whether they're tired, whether they're,
Well, I go through head to toe and work through body systems and ask questions which relate to all the systems. Then you kind of start to form a picture of what area's not working and what's... I mean, you go to the doctor and they'll fix something wrong with you. But you've got to understand what's going on in the whole body. So we kind of, as nutritionists, look after as a whole and work out the underlying cause of that condition rather than just fixing that. So that's where we get to.
Could go on forever.
I know.
So interesting.
So there you go.
Really food for thought.
Yes.
Thanks, Sarah.
Pleasure.
I don't mean,
I'll get you sorted.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, my darling.
Yeah.
I hope you got something out of that. And we'll put all of Sarah's details on the blog.
Yes.
And
yeah.
you can find out where to contact her, even if you're overseas.
Yeah. Oh, why not? Absolutely. You can go onto my page and I work in North Adelaide.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
So if you're in Adelaide, you're lucky.
Yes. Anyway, we'll do. I'd love to do that test on you though.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay.
And sometimes you just.
I'll let you guys know my results because, and I'll tell you exactly what I do. I'm being honest. I really don't admit that a lot, but I really don't drink when I don't.
But it makes you think, doesn't it?
It does make me think, and I've got a feeling I'd be chronically dehydrated.
And
so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it might be.
Because I'm not, a obese person or anything, but I just know I'm not healthy.
But that's the thing. You might look
compared
at
somebody,
to what I
could be.
But you also don't want. You might get someone very thin.
Yeah.
But they might carry that inner fat mass over your organs. You don't actually see that, and that is a real problem, and that can cause. Start getting you into the diabetes side of things or insulin problems. So we don't want that to happen, Suze. Right, we're going to get you sorted. Okay. This is important.
All right, let's do it. All right, thanks, Sarah.
Pleasure.
Yay. It's so good to see you.
You too. Loved it.
See you guys.